Purple Magpie here, and this time I come to you with the bullet journal method review, finally. I know, don't jump from all this joy and happiness that I finally am doing this video that I promised you. I don't even remember how long ago, but let's just start with it, shall we? First of all, I want to say, just, by the way, that my book ripped when it was first opened. So I was kind of disappointed, but I just decided to not, ship it away. USA is quite far from Poland, so it would take a long time to get it back to USA and that they would send me another copy. So I just decided to get my, it's unique in its own way. Also, I got even though I'm from Poland, I got the original English copy. Sadly, no, there is no Polish version on the market yet. It hasn't been translated yet. And because I know English, I decided to get myself the original copy. Okay, and the thing number 3 that I would like to talk about is at the beginning is that it is a bit expensive. It's a bit expensive for a book, honestly, but spoiler alert for the end of this video, it's worth it. In my opinion, it's really worth it. If you plan on bullet journaling, or if you if you are doing bullet journaling already, then you should really get yourself this book. Ryder, the creator of the bullet journal method, the book, and the original bullet journal method, right? And he explains so much in it. I have changed, my bullet journal has changed since last year, since when I started, and I learned so many things. I finally got my explanation for the origins of all these ideas behind monthly logging, rapid logging generally, and like daily logging, monthly logging. Especially I want to talk about the daily logging, because I started originally with monthly logging, and then weekly logging, and then daily logging, but I just I abandoned it. I abandoned daily logging after about 2 months, and because I just didn't understand the idea behind it, and I found them to be kind of a waste of time. Also because I think that I was kind of trying to overdo them. So I was trying to put also a quote of the day close to it and all of that, and it's just I think that I was just overthinking it, and so I really and I finally understood why the daily logging is there. I understood that daily logging is not just putting your tasks onto the page. It's just that the whole idea behind bullet journaling is just putting things in the notebook so that you can clear your mind and you don't have to stress out about forgetting something, which is really my problem. I really forget everything. I just forget everything. So when I can just put down something into my bullet journal, get it out of my mind, out of my head, then it's awesome, because then I don't have to stress out about, oh my god, I'm gonna forget it. No, I'm not gonna forget it. It's written down there, all in one place. And that's also the idea behind daily logging. It's just daily logging is just putting things that are on your mind onto the page, and doing it in short notes, so not making whole sentences. It's just, we quickly jot down, like write an essay, and then you can turn it into other steps and rewrite it and all you want, but it has to be short and it has to be clear. I also generally simplified my spreads. I don't try to overdo them too much. It's just, I do my calligraphy because I am good at calligraphy and I feel comfortable with it and I love it and it's part of me. So, and I want to transfer a part of, my personality into my bullet journal, because you create it, right? You dictate the rules, and and so I wanted to have it, but I was kind of stressing out about all seeing. I knew that I shouldn't stress out, but seeing all those beautiful bullet journals of other bullet journalists that are, artistic and that draw beautifully or paint, and they're amazing, absolutely, but you just can't help yourself and you kind of get jealous. At least I did. So I couldn't help it. It's just, I always felt this feeling of, I would like to do that too. So I was trying to mimic that by spending way too much time on thinking about how my monthly setup and weekly setup and all of that should look, and that it should look artistic. And when you just put calligraphy onto paper, it already looks artistic, so it should be fine for me. So I do that. So I did that. I also did like 2 simple drawings this month. So March was, I think, the easiest monthly spreads and weekly spreads that I ever did, because I was just not overthinking them. I just did them simply. I'd redraw some pictures from the internet, which were quite easy to do, so I was not spending too much time on it and then stressing out when it doesn't look good enough. It just helped me to simplify my bullet journaling, because I understood that it doesn't have any sense when you're spending too much time on planning things that you should be doing. I already said it in my previous video, is just kind of planning a loophole. So, and I got into it at some point, which is not good. There are also many different methods for, setting goals and turning them into actionable steps, and all about just organization, all these ideas, like my 30 better days spread and mental inventory, which I actually did. I will show you. Yeah, so 31 better days, which is the spread that I started in September, and I've been doing it for 3 months now, and I absolutely love this method. It's just that every day you answer the question of what tiny thing could I do tomorrow that would make my life a little bit easier. So it helps you with setting up your most important task of the day, and then I turn it into, when I go to my dailies, I just put exclamation mark close to it. So when it's the most important task of the day, then things like mental inventory. So you set things, you divide them into, you put them into 3 columns, which is what I'm currently working on, what I should be working on, and what I want to work on. It's great also with prioritizing. There are many more methods that Ryder mentions in his book. Also, the ones that he didn't create, but other people created. They needed a method, and they created it, because this just shows how flexible this system is. You dictate the rules, and you create the bullet journal that you want. So if you have a method that doesn't work, then you can change it. And if there is no method that works for you, you should then create one for yourself. I was, and it's so great. I was so hyped when I created last month this say no to the yes spread, and it really encourages me to say no more often. It just shows how you can totally change your bullet journal to fit your needs. And other examples, of spreads that other bullet journalists created are, for example, Calendex or Gratitude Log, I think. And like people use weeklies, for example. Ryder Carroll doesn't really. He said, I think, like he doesn't really use weeklies, but other people do, like me, for example. And it's fine, and it's totally fine. I also really appreciated that Ryder explained his whole like origin story of bullet journal. So how did he get to the point where he created, because he was actually creating bullet journal for like half of his life, but he just explained how it works and what led him to do that. And also he mentioned some stories from his life, which is great, because then you can kind of relate to him, and one of his story was just insane. Like, thanks, Ryder. I always read it when I think that, my life sucks. It could be worse, right? And it just reminds me of that. And the humor is just great, really. I think Ryder has a talent, at least to write this type of book, because he's just so straightforward and clear, and but still funny, and he still professional, still keeps it professional, and I really, really appreciate that. So it's just so easy to read. This book is just so easy to read. Overall, I just really think that you can really feel that he poured his heart and soul into this book, this project, and he's so thankful to his community. Also, there are, stories of people um, talking about their bullet journal journey, and one seriously broke my heart. It really showed how important it might be to carry around your bujo, and just I don't want to spoil it, but just I encourage you, because the stories are really great and you can find yourself maybe in one of those. In conclusion, I definitely recommend this book, whether you are starting your bullet journal journey or you are continuing it. It made just many aspects of bullet journaling clearer for me, and I finally understood many of them, the idea behind them, which is great. Also, I highlighted like some quotes, great quotes that I just highlighted. For example, that you do when you're multitasking, it's nothing is getting the attention it deserves, and it doesn't feel good. And one of those humorous like quotes was, for example, this one, I loved it. It was the second bullet, on the other hand, binds the information to something you care about. In this case, pugs. If you don't like pugs, you heartless monster, then maybe crows would be better, and helps you extrapolate a lot more information. Other great quote which I loved was, the freedom of choice is a double-edged privilege. Every decision requires you to focus, and focus is an investment of your time and energy. Both are limited and therefore exceptionally valuable resources. And there are many more other quotes that are just great. I really, really recommend this book. Okay, I just want to say quickly that I will be trying to make videos soon, but my schedule may be a little wonky. I mean, it's been the way since the beginning of this channel, but it's just because I started it in my last year of high school, and it's a bit intense. But my final exams will be soon, in May to be more precise, and I really need to study, so I just need to focus primarily on studies and then on YouTube. So my schedule can be a little wonky, just a heads up. Also, I finally got myself a tripod. Yay! I'll test it soon, and see if it works. And maybe you will see me finally set up my bullet journal for April, for the first time. Who knows? Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, click the thumbs up and subscribe for more videos. Try it. I dare you. See you all next time. Ciao!